Hi, my name is Sarita.
And my name is Rena.
We are both past patients with Mexico Bariatric Center, and we are here to break the stigma of having weight loss surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. We will be covering all things bariatric to help you get the most out of this weight loss journey.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to Can You Stomach This? On this episode, we're going to cover part 2 of Sarah's journey and talk about what life was like for her when she got home from surgery and those first couple of weeks post-op. All right, let's dig in. Enjoy.
Okay, so you're home, right? You get a good night's rest? Did you get home and get a good night's rest?
We got home and it was nice to be home, and it was like after midnight, but we're still like caught up in everything. So we didn't go to bed right away, but I was still like, oh my gosh, we probably didn't go to bed till like around 2 a.m. or something. It was
time changed too.
True.
It was,
but you're just like, oh my God. But I went to bed and I had 2 pillows propping me up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait till I can sleep on my side. And I will say it only took me maybe about 2 weeks before I could sleep on my side. With my gallbladder, I had to wait 3 weeks, and then before I could sleep on my stomach, it was 4 weeks. So I will say weight loss surgery was a lot easier than gallbladder surgery.
You know, I've never heard someone say the opposite of that.
Oh, really?
So everybody that I know that I've talked to about it, who had gallbladder and then weight loss, says weight loss was so much easier.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
It definitely is. I can tell you that.
Specifically.
Yeah, which is what I had.
Easier than gallbladder. And so at home, you're using I call them a spirometer. It's
spirometer.
A spirometer, but I say spirometer.
Yeah. That's a cooler way.
It's just I say weird things to be funny. And you're wearing you're continuing to wear your compression
Yes,
socks.
and I will say the first night in the hospital, I actually wore them while sleeping, and I didn't think you were supposed to do that, but I did. It's fine. But yeah, she made sure, she's like, okay, she was really on top of it. She's like, I think you can take your compression socks off now. And I'm like, thank God,
So you
take
wear
them
them
off.
for 2 weeks post-op and not at night when you're sleeping, but it's super important to wear them for potential blood clots. And your spirometer, again, 10 times every hour.
She was constantly reminding me, which was great, because otherwise I would have just not have done it. So
yeah, and so, I wear wound care. You know.
She was always making sure. She kept saying, let them breathe, let them breathe.
So she was able to keep them uncovered, and they her incisions were closed in 10 days.
Maybe less. So she was always saying, I was wearing a robe and I would just kind of leave them open. I was wearing a sports bra and shorts or something, and I had a robe on. And I kept covering them up just because, I'm open and vulnerable right here. And she's like, keep them uncovered. So I just kept keeping them uncovered. But she was really great about putting the spray on, about changing the bandages and everything. I will admit, sometimes when they were draining, it would seep through and get onto my clothing.
Yeah, but
you just wash them.
It's just clear liquid.
Yeah, you want it to drain. You don't want it to sit there.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people who are able to keep them dry like that. They heal so much faster because keeping them covered, they keep them moist. They can't dry up and heal up.
I tell patients all the time when I talk to them, keep them uncovered if possible. They will dry out quicker, scab over, close up. I mean, it's so much better.
Yeah. And so you're home. How is it going with your liquids? So the number one thing that everybody preaches to you post-op is get your liquids in. And so how's 64 ounces, minimum 64. So it don't seem like a lot pre-op.
Yeah.
But post-op, when you're doing 1 to 2 ounces at a time, 64 is a lot of
It
steps.
was. And so I would write everything down. This is before I started using the app, but I would write everything down. I'm like, okay, this is my goal. I'm going to make it to this amount of ounces. So I was drinking a lot of Gatorade Zeros. I was drinking a lot of Powerade Zeros. And vitamin water zero.
And the sugar-free popsicles.
Those were my best friend. I love the sugar-free. It's not the no sugar added. It's the sugar-free popsicles.
2 different things.
2 very different things. Yeah. But I was making sure that I was just keeping on it. She would ask me, how many ounces have you got in today? And I would tell her you need another one. She was on it.
Yeah.
It's good. No, it's good. It's good. But she was making sure.
She did really well. She met her goal immediately and has continued for 6 weeks.
And I felt bad for those that were in the same group as me. One lady, it took her 8 hours just to get down so many ounces, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so grateful and thankful that that's not me. But eventually she got to it.
Different.
I honestly think her starting pre-op early was
probably helped a lot.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
I really do for the recovery.
Yeah. So how do you feel like your activity level, like what were your activity levels like in that first time period at home?
Kind of slow going, just a little bit. There were times where we would go out and we would go to the stores because I needed to get out and walk. And sometimes I would use the little electric scooter. I won't lie. At first I did, but then, we would start walking wherever, and I'd be like, okay, I need to sit down. Like, your body will tell you, slow it down, you need to stop. Which is what we did. And
didn't we go to like a festival or something?
Oh, we went to the farmer's market
in Columbia. If you're in Columbia, South Carolina, there is a farmer's market called Soda City, and it spans blocks and blocks and blocks. And there's so many vendors, many food trucks. Awesome. When you come up and visit, we're going. Awesome. But anyways, I walked so much, and we stopped like when I needed to, and I got a bottle of water and I just drank it throughout, and here she is eating like other good stuff.
No, I didn't eat.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, because it was overwhelming, all the food trucks, and I had already had enough tacos.
Oh, that's true.
Listen, Sarita and I love food trucks, okay? They actually have a food truck festival around here, and we did go to that. And so
we did.
We almost missed getting food because we couldn't decide what food to get. So when you have a tiny tummy, your options, like you gotta know. You can't really try everything, right? Because
you have to be.
You gotta know, and
know.
We walked around, and we almost missed even getting food because it was kind of late already.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, what are we gonna get? And we didn't want the same stuff you eat all the time. Right?
True.
We wanted something different.
Yeah. But I will say, getting in your liquids and everything. I remember when I first took my drink of like something cold. She's like, how did that make you feel? Did you tolerate that? Because you out there may know sometimes you can't do well with cold. Sometimes you can't do well with room temp. And I use the liquid flavor enhancement stuff. I use raspberry lemonade. Like, it is my life. It's like I get it from like Walmart or like Kroger. Yeah, but it's like those kinds. But I keep it in my purse. I have some at my desk at work, but I use it all the time. And the cold did not bother me. Room temp didn't bother me. So
these are questions I ask patients when I talk to them. I ask them all the same questions I ask you.
I'm her patient.
And she was the model patient.
Every time she said that throughout, she kept telling you that. She kept telling everyone. Like,
well, 6 weeks post-op today, and what you're down.
She's definitely proud of you.
Down 31 pounds, I believe.
Right? Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely proud of you. I will say that. And so you went back. How long did you take off work? You have a desk job, right?
I do. Even though I am an admin assistant 3 for a chief officer, our department is moderately sized, and I do have to get up and do a lot of things, especially if we have an event happening or something. So it does require a lot of up down, bending over, doing this, doing that. Which is why I told my small group of people, like, hey, I need your help with this. And they were more than happy to help me because I can't lift heavy things or bend down. But I think I took off a little over a week.
It was about 10 days, including the weekend.
Okay, yeah.
And there was a holiday in there. Labor Day.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, so we had that extra
day.
So
maximizing those vacations.
I thought that I was gonna come back that day, but then there was a new implementation. My boss was like, yeah, you're gonna have to take that day off. I'm like, don't tell me twice. I'll take it.
Awesome.
Yeah. It all worked out.
Yep. Did.
Yeah, so it gave us time to, do a lot.
A lot of cleaning, a lot of meal prepping, a lot of setting me up for the future. Yes.
Learning. And we have people that come on like Thursday, they have surgery on Friday, they go home, recovery would be Saturday, they go home on Sunday, and they return to desk jobs on Mondays.
Nope. I could not do that.
A lot of people do that, and so some people may say, I wish I had have done that, and I didn't need my time off work.
Yeah.
And then there's people who say, no, I'm glad that I took that time. Right. So a week to 2 weeks is typically ideal, just to kind of get used to the new. Right. And to kind of build up some energy. So
and it's a lot of information,
soak it in.
Post-op too. We did a lot of meal prepping, and I taught
weighing
about
things out.
Right, reading labels, tracking. We got her on an app.
Yep.
Just really being. It's a lot of information. Again, being aware of everything on that post-op diet.
And I will say on that post-op diet, I could not wait to get to phase 3 of soft solids when I was still on phase 1. I will tell you that now.
I think everybody.
Yeah, I was like, ooh,
waiting for
refried beans. And I was like, ooh, soft cheese? Yes.
Yeah. You know, you were really blessed to have your mom. So Sarita is our patient support advocate. She does reach out to every patient post-op and check in on how they're doing. And so you're very blessed that you actually got to have that in real life.
So many people love her. Like when I was talking to them, I'm like, oh, my mom's Sarita. They're like, I love your mom. She's amazing. She does this. She does that. Yeah. And I'm like, try having her as your mom. No.
I truly enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
I want everyone to be successful, and I will tell you the truth. And I don't ever want to sound
hard
mean.
Truth.
Yeah.
The
She
hard
says
truth.
it with love.
I say it with love and concern. Like,
Yeah.
I want you to be successful, and I want you to have the best journey ever.
You know, I've seen people make comments. I'm just going to call this out. I've seen people make comments in the groups like, oh, the Facebook police is going to get you.
That's
in
me.
reference to her. And, you know, if you are posting on there that you are doing these bad habit things, and then you're offended that somebody says to you,
Calls you out.
that could lead to weight regain if you continue to do
Or
that.
hinder your weight loss.
Or hinder your weight loss journey, or if they tell you the truth and that offends you, and then you get mad and want to say things to them like they're the Facebook police, you know, just take a reality check for a second, because you didn't come all this way,
Spend all that money.
and spend all that money to not have success. And sometimes you need somebody who will hold you accountable. And Sarita is really great at that. We have a lot of patients who they're just struggling, and she's like, well, you need to get it together, right? Like, maybe she doesn't say it exactly like that.
I don't say it like that, but
Well, she would say it to me or you like that, right?
Yeah,
She would say, you need to get it together. So.
And I will say, when we are out and about doing things, hold on, I got to call this patient. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I've got to talk to this person.
Yep.
Sometimes I would get annoyed. This was before I had surgery. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you not like do this? Like, you're with me, you're spending time with your family, blah, blah, blah. But now being a patient and realizing there's people out there that are struggling, she will sit there and take that call. And I'm like, that's really great. That
in the middle of dinner in a restaurant.
literally,
Yeah.
look, you know, in the middle of the night, if I get a text message, you know, because we are all in different time zones, I'll take that call, or I'll text, or I say, can I call you? And, you know, they're struggling, else they would not have reached out to me.
Yeah.
And we'll be having like an important conversation, because, you know, I've lived 5 hours away from her. She's like, I got to take this call. I'll call you back. Or if I'm saying something to her, like I need her help with her advice, she'll be like, I got to call you back. I got to do this person first, or whatever. So she definitely puts you guys first.
Yeah, and it's always in confidence too.
Yeah.
Always in confidence.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
I don't
She does not tell me
She
things.
might use your story
Yeah.
to help another person with their journey, but she's not going to share.
Yeah, I'm very, very good about that. I do
Yeah.
not ever reveal things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But she will tell you to get it together.
I will tell you
With
to
love.
get it together.
With love. I've heard it.
Because she wants you to be the model patient too.
I want everyone to be successful.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's the goal.
So at this point, before surgery, you're active, you're going, you're doing, and I know you're ready to get back to that. But like, what are you doing right now?
Walking. I am walking.
Why are you walking?
Because, I mean, that is a way to lose weight. If you can't do anything high impact, if you can't take classes, you can't run or go kayaking or doing whatever, or take like a Zumba class, you can walk. You physically have to walk every day of your life to get up from going, you know, getting up, getting out of the bed to going to work or doing whatever. Like, you have to walk.
You want to conserve your energy for the first 8 weeks. So your body can heal.
I will say, when I went back to work, just standing there talking to people, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go sit down. Like, my energy levels were depleted. Now they're back up. But,
There you go.
oh my gosh,
There you go. And so, in terms of diet, you've been meal prepping.
Yep.
How's that going? You like it?
Good. I am not going to the store as often. I am not grocery shopping as often.
Money.
Saving money for sure. I was going to the store at least like once a week, and I don't think I've been to the store probably in the last couple of weeks, just because I have so much stuff that I have either frozen and I can meal prep, because before I could eat like a large meal, and now I can barely eat like half of
Right.
that. So yeah, it's a good thing. I never thought.
And you're doing protein shakes? You do like one a day? Where are you at with that?
My protein shakes, which I loved, was Premier Protein, which was cake batter, and then I kind of got sick of the cake batter ones. Then I started on the vanilla ones, and I also had the banana and the strawberries and cream one. And now my love is the chocolate and peanut butter. I'm not a chocolate person at all. But having those, I remember I told her, I was like, oh my God, we gotta go get more of these. And we went and got some right away because they were so good. They were so good.
I love it. And are you tracking?
Yes, I am using the app, and I actually used it this morning when I had breakfast. And I used the Berry-tastic. Berry-tastic.
I love Berry-tastic.
Yeah, so I've been using that, and it tells you once you hit your certain goals and everything. And when I'm at work, I call her, or we'll text, what did you have for breakfast today? How are your fluids? How many ounces did you?
How much protein?
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, girl, like, calm down. Like, I got this. But again, it's just because I'm her daughter. She wants to make sure I am doing great. Even though I'm only 6 weeks out, I still have a lifetime to go.
But these are questions I would ask a patient, if we're texting back and forth on a regular basis too.
She does.
I would be like, how are your fluids today?
Yeah, I've
How
heard her
much
on the phone
protein did
asking,
you get today?
Yeah.
Or even, I get a lot of messages on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
A million.
And I'll ask the same questions that you guys ask, like, when can I have this? Or when can I have... I'm like, when can I have an egg? When can I have tortillas? When can I have bread? Like, I'm asking, when can I have rice? Like,
I'm like, oh,
I sound like, because I am a patient. I sound just like one of the patients that ask her.
Yeah.
And okay, so you find yourself reading labels more?
Yes.
Than before?
Oh my gosh.
Like
I went to the gas station, because I had to travel down here, and I was like, let me just look and see if there's anything I can have at the gas station or whatever.
I try to avoid gas.
I know, but I needed to get gas. But anyways, and I'm like, I need some protein. So I'm like looking at it, and then I'm like, wow, it has a lot of protein. But then when you look at the fat and how much saturated fat it has, how processed it is, I'm a big like Slim Jim girl or like a cheese and like beef stick kind of girl. I was. And I was like, oh, these are so good. And I would just not care, and I would just eat it. But now I'm like, taking the time to like sit there, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's way too processed. It's there are healthier things out there.
So this becomes a habit.
Yes.
Reading labels, and for long-term success, you need to track everything, weigh everything, read your labels, follow your nutritional guidelines.
Yes. Talking about weighing. Who wants to bring a scale into work or wherever you go? I actually, on Amazon, I forgot to tell you guys this, I bought a travel scale.
I have one too.
Do you?
I was looking at makeup things.
It looks like kind of like a calculator to me.
Yeah, that too.
But I put it in my purse at work, at my desk. I whip it out. I get my little like cake plate, those little tiny ones. I put it on there, exit it out, and I get my grilled chicken and I put it on there and I wait for it to say how much it is, and that's it.
I've never seen one in action before.
So
I have one. I'll show it to you.
Those little cake plates, like the disposable little paper plates, I used to keep those with my little scale in a little bag.
I love it.
And so I could weigh like things.
Yeah, I have a drawer. I have a drawer full of them. They're tiny little cake plates. They sit right on there, and I'm a big fan of kava. If anyone likes kava, they have great grilled chicken. I get the grilled chicken, put it on the plate, and eat it.
Cupcake liners would be good.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Good job.
Liners.
Because you could just throw them away.
You could. Yeah.
And they would travel well. That's great. So you do find yourself consciously making healthier choices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And losing weight is motivating to continue to do that, right? Yeah.
Yes. Do we want to talk about losing weight?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about
weight
that.
loss.
So, let's talk about that. You start. What was your? Well, you've already said your high weight. So
my highest weight, was 293.2. I started Weight Watchers. I think I said 286. I want it could have been 284, but it was 280 something, 286 maybe. That's when I started Weight Watchers, and then I got down. I remember when I got under 250. That was my goal, was to break under 250, and I would send her pictures. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a few ounces away. And I finally got below it. And then, my grandfather died, and I gained a little bit of it back. And then that's when I decided, enough's enough. So then I finally started to do that. And when I went to pre-op, they weigh you. My pre-op surgery weight was 248. So I was very happy about that.
That was 50 pounds plus.
Yeah.
Right?
Now you're at 217. So.
I weigh myself. I will say I weigh myself once a week. That's it. And I've always done that since I've started a weight loss journey many years ago. I weigh myself every Monday, start of the new week. and I did weigh myself, and I am at 217, which I
Yay.
I would have never have thought.
6 weeks.
So,
Amazing.
what is, like, you've lost weight,
Mhm.
and, like, what are some things that have changed in your life because of weight loss, like, thus far? So, I know one of them, I'm looking at it right now, so.
Is it my face?
No, it's, well, yeah, for
Oh.
your face, but no, let's talk about your clothes.
Oh, my clothes, yeah. So when she was visiting me, we went through an overhaul of my walk-in closet and got rid of
We got rid of
so
10,
many.
10 garbage bags of stuff.
I had
I
like,
really wanted to plunge those back.
yeah,
by the
you
way.
should have.
Sorry.
I had like, and we went through my dresser, and I remember having pajama pants that were like size 3X because I got big hips, and they were like literally like falling off of me,
Yes,
which was
we
just hard to
major
believe.
purge. And you know what I highly recommend
Mhm.
purging as you go down in size?
Yeah.
Get it out of your house.
Just get rid of it.
Get it out of your house.
We're so when you struggle with weight loss for so many years, you're so used to holding on
Yes.
to
Just
those
in
clothes.
case.
Just in
Mhm.
case.
Don't do it.
Don't do the just in case clothes. Just bump them. Just
Yeah.
let them go.
I went through 9 sizes before I got to my size currently. And I got rid of all of it. I don't want any of that in my house.
I will say I have a couple of pieces, like a couple shirts or something, because I know I have some before pictures, and I want to
Oh,
be
yeah,
able to take some
Yeah.
after photos. I will
Yeah.
say that.
Keep
Did
those
get rid of
things.
like 10 bags, like, you know, garbage bags full of stuff, but there are some I'm like, I know I have a picture of me looking big in that shirt. I'm going to keep
It was
that.
just a
Or,
couple,
you know,
yeah.
it was very, very, very
Yeah,
minimum.
and so you referenced
Mhm.
a lot of the clothes that you got rid of were like 3X clothes.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna like go ahead and brag right now. This shirt is a medium.
Oh,
This
it's-
is medium.
I never thought I could get into a medium because before I was wearing 2X's, and this is a medium. My pant size, I was about what, 22?
Or 4.
No,
22.
22, about a 2022, and these pants that I'm wearing are a 14.
Awesome.
So yeah.
And so people are noticing that you're losing weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually was walking by a coworker who I don't see all the time at work, and she just kind of stopped and she's like, "Look at you, you're losing weight." And I was like, "Thanks," because I don't really see it because I see myself all the time, but
Yeah.
other people are.
And I haven't seen you since June, so
Oh, yeah.
like yesterday I just kept staring. And
I
I'm like,
haven't-
I'm sorry, I keep staring. You just look so different.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you for a month
Yeah.
in person.
Yeah.
So
When she left.
when she
yeah.
came in, I was like, oh my gosh.
She's
Yeah.
like, "You look
And then-
smaller." And she's telling me what everything on me looks smaller.
Yeah. And then again this morning I was like, you just look so different. It was just like a shock all over again.
Okay.
I know. I hated it when people did that
Yeah.
to me. I really did. I hated
It's
it.
we're,
okay.
we're the support system.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, you're
But
fine.
anyway.
we can't help ourselves.
Yeah.
So, in your overall experience, so now you're home and
Yep.
you're on your vitamins now. How's that going?
Yes. I didn't think that I was going to be able to like swallow those big vitamins, but I do.
Yeah.
I make sure that I get them filled. I make sure I take them when I'm supposed to, because I probably should be taking one soon. But I've got a little vitamin caddy, and you made sure that I had all the vitamins that I needed.
I filled it up.
Yeah, she did. So
Before
now
I
I go
left.
back and I fill up everything I need
Yeah,
to.
we set it out and
Mhm.
everything's where it should be, and she can fill it up.
When I have
Yeah.
cosmetic surgery, I'm gonna just.
You need to
Come
like,
here.
yeah, just stay here and she'll be
I'm
your
gonna
nurse.
just. You can be my nurse. Will you be my nurse when I have surgery?
Am I going as a companion?
Yes.
More tacos.
You gotta take me
I
too.
don't care. If
More
you'll-
tacos.
If you'll be my nurse, and look, I can.
I'll
eat
be your
tacos,
companion,
too.
she'll be your
Oh,
nurse.
that's right, you can.
I could eat tacos. Yeah.
That's
I'm
cool.
going.
There you
I'm
go.
going.
Different
Companion
surgery.
nurse. I need.
There you
these
go.
people.
Yes.
And so, you know, one thing you mentioned to me, and I try to tell people this, and you see this in the groups too, is stockpiling. So
Yes.
prior to surgery, everybody's like, I'm going to stock up on all this stuff.
I got so much like broth packets.
Oh my god, we threw so much stuff away.
Yeah, or I gave them to people at work. Like I
Yeah,
just throw them in
it
there.
was
I got so much Jello, so much pudding, like so many of like those
Water.
protein waters,
Water.
which I did not like, so I gave them to her because they were on sale on Amazon. But still, I stockpiled and I shouldn't have.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't stockpile.
Yeah.
And for so many reasons. One, you may not need all of the
Mhm.
things, and then two, your taste
Taste
buds
buds,
change.
yeah.
When you're only on a phase for 5 to 7 days, like you don't need like, you know,
Yeah.
dozens
One of my,
Why did you let me do that?
I don't know. Well, she kept ordering on Amazon, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Where's this coming from?" Yeah.
You went a little
one of my-
shop happy.
one of my favorite examples of your taste buds changing is prior to surgery. I absolutely hated sweet pickles. I thought they were
Oh.
disgusting. And I love dill pickles. I could eat them.
I like dill pickles,
just eat a jar of dill pickles, right? And so post-op, I cannot stand a dill pickle. Like if I bite into dill pickle, it's like sour face.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I think the one thing that changed for me was liking chocolate, because if you guys don't know me, but if they
She
do,
did not like
I don't like chocolate. I am not a chocolate person, which is very odd.
I know you're liking that chocolate peanut butter.
But I love the chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of odd.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm not a chocolate fan, but now for that I am.
just get what you need. Don't stockpile.
Yeah, no.
Well, I can tell you this. I know your mom is so proud of you. Like, she literally talks about your journey all the time. She'll
tell anyone who will listen.
She loves to brag on your weight loss and how you're doing. And I know that when you said you were ready to have surgery, she did talk about you having surgery prior to having it, right? But never like in a, I think she needs to.
Oh, yeah. She just wanted me healthy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, you don't want your
and
child.
then you said you were going to, and she was so excited.
Oh, yeah.
And then now she's so excited watching your journey.
Yes.
She just loves to brag on your
does.
journey.
And I've heard her tell patients, "Oh, my daughter," or she'll write in the thing, "I went with my daughter and she was pregnant. This is what happened." Like, she's using me as an example.
I mean, I've been a patient and a companion now.
She's sharing your journey.
What?
Stop stealing my thunder.
and I am so excited that I got to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful
I love
that you
it.
were, both of you guys were part of my journey for sure.
Yeah.
And so, what are your goals? What's next for you? Yeah, what's next?
So I cannot wait to start working out. I've got 2 more weeks. I will be joining the YMCA.
Yay!
You guys were supposed to do it with me, but whatever.
Wait,
YMCA.
I got confused.
All right.
I was losing my lap stuff here.
But I will be joining the YMCA. She loves my Y that I have.
Her YMCA is amazing.
It is really nice. But I cannot wait to start like doing the track, taking classes. They have
They have a trainer.
they do.
You met the
personal
trainer
trainers.
already.
Yes.
Awesome.
They've got a swimming pool. They've got like a sauna and
They
a
have
steam
pickleball.
room. They do.
Oh, okay.
My brother can come up and play.
This YMCA is the most amazing one
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
It's
And I get to go too. When
I've
I
never
she's
even
member.
been to a YMCA.
This one's amazing.
We need to change that, ma'am. We need to change that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, I will be planning on doing that because I don't want to lose weight too fast, and I want to build in tone. I don't want the saggy skin, which some people do have. Not their fault at all, but I want to make sure that I take care of that. I plan on doing a 5K at the end of this year. I did one last year, the same one, and I really want to try and beat my time. So I'm excited for that. I'm trying to get my mom and my brother to do it as well with me. But yeah, one of my first goals would be getting under 200 pounds, getting into Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Yeah.
Welcome to Wonderland. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not been 199 since I was a freshman in college, and that was about 20 years ago. So
I think you'll be there by, we're in October.
Yeah.
I think you'll be there at the end of the year.
Christmas.
Yeah, for sure.
sure, yeah.
Happy
We'll go with
Merry
that.
Christmas. Yeah.
So yeah, that is one of them, and then another, goal would just to be make sure that I get to a healthy BMI. I mean, I just want to make sure I have no, sicknesses out there that people get sometimes from being overweight. I just don't want that.
Yeah. Well, I am so glad that you shared your journey with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I see you guys do this all the time, so it's very odd to be in the middle of it, but
You've actually sat on the other side of the
I
camera.
have. Yes.
Yeah.
So
thank you for joining us and
course.
talking about your journey. And do you have anything else you want to share about this journey with her? No.
No.
it's on you.
We covered a lot.
You put
We
me on the
did.
spot.
I'm sorry,
I'm
no,
just
we
glad
covered a
that
lot.
you took this journey.
I will say a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I would have done it sooner." I probably
Me.
am one of those.
Me.
But I think at the time I was not in the right headspace
Yes.
mentally, physically, emotionally. But everything just kind of lined up this year for me to be in that right space. And so I'm glad I did do it. I will say that.
Everything happens for a reason, and it wasn't the time, and it was the time now.
It is now, yeah.
And you do need to be mentally prepared. If you're not mentally prepared, you'll have more success when you're mentally prepared.
I agree.
So,
Yeah.
it took you a while to get there.
It
but
did. It
I
did.
think you'll be very successful.
But I'm very happy, I've done it. I never thought I was going to be one of those people because, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the easy way out, type thing.
No.
It's not, especially after watching like my 600 Pound Life or something like those shows. I was like, yeah, like they really have to keep at it. They really have to do their work. Like it is work.
It's a lifetime. It's a lifestyle change, and you have to have that mindset.
Surgery is just a tool.
It's a tool. It is not magic.
It's not a quick fix at all.
Not magic.
It can be, but if you don't make it
work
a tool,
it. Yeah, if you don't work the program, it's not going to work for you.
Being almost 7 years post-op, I have to say that maintenance is, you work hard every day at it. You do.
I agree. I see her do it all the time. Mm-hmm. She makes sure that she's got her breakfast. She makes sure that she's got, her protein. She meal preps. Yep.
She's even inspired me to meal prep, and I've always hated leftovers.
I love leftovers.
So I won't meal prep because of that, but Sarita has taught me some things that are actually good leftovers. So
yeah, she's a good cook. I'm telling you. I get it from her. I'm a good cook. Yeah. Hopefully my brother will be a good cook.
Well, if you want to share your journey with us, if you have something unique about your journey that you want people to know, we have an email. So podcast@MexicoBariatricCenter.com. You can drop us an email and tell us about it. And we would love to have you share some of your journey with us.
Yes.
Yep. And aside from that, thank you for joining us. Bye, friends.
Bye.
If you have any questions or want to share your bariatric weight loss journey, you can call or text us at 480-999-4826 or send an email to podcast@MexicoBariatricCenter.com. You can also follow Mexico Bariatric Center on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Keep in mind, these are the opinions of the host. The views represented do not reflect or define the values of Mexico Bariatric Center. This podcast is sponsored by Emerge Bariatrics and Mexico Bariatric Center. Please visit MexicoBariatricCenter.com for more information.